It is what it is, but that doesn't mean you stop taking the necessary steps to be in a better place than you were yesterday. You can do everything right, and you can still lose. Yeah, life's not fair sometimes. Actually, it's not fair pretty much all the time. Because you can do everything right, and you can still lose. Like, for example, there's the argument out there from the Matt Walshes and Tim Pools of the world who say that you need to have children so that you have someone to take care of you when you're older, which not a bad argument, except it kind of falls apart when you consider a couple things. First of all, external influences. I remember Matt Walsh has always said that you can raise your kids to be good, but at a certain point, external influences are going to come in. You can make them as resistant as possible, but you really can't control for if they manage to get to them about that and they go no contact with you for whatever reason. Or let's say you have multiple kids. This is going to get really morbid here, but bear with me. I'm trying to get to a point. You could outlive all of them somehow by no fault of your own. I speak from some experience to an extent, from or at least from my observations in my personal life, because my grandparents have officially outlived two of their five children. So they've still got my mom around to be able to help them out with things they can't really do because of cognitive decline as a consequence of old age. But if those two children of theirs who are now deceased had been their only two children, they would not have anyone left to take care of them except maybe nieces and nephews, my mom's cousins. But we live in the timeline where my mom and her two living siblings are still around to do that. Okay, mostly my mom goes to visit them the most frequently, but she has the easiest ability to do that compared to them. That that's all I'm going to say about it. But yeah, you get the idea. You can do everything right and then something can go wrong. You can still lose even if you did everything right. Like I remember reading about this couple who had extremely good health habits, like worked out regularly, drank a gallon of water every single day, and the guy got cancer. I mean, but this goes to show that life really is unfair because you can do everything right in that regard, but you can still end up getting cancer. Now, to be clear, that is not an invitation to drink and smoke on a whim or do whatever because those still increase your odds over time, which makes you more likely to get it. As abnormal psychology teacher said, it's not that it guarantees that it's not that smoking will guarantee that you will get cancer. It just means that the more you do it over time, the higher your odds are of getting it. Yeah, those are just some examples of how you can do everything right and then you can still lose in life. What other examples can I think of? Oh yeah, the girl from the video that made me faint in wellness class. She was doing nothing wrong. She was just out with her friends, not drinking, and then randomly, a drunk driver completely ruined her life by colliding with her car, and let's just say she was lucky to be alive after that. Okay, I think I should stop. I should move on to something else before I get angry and then pass out from my frustration like I did that day in health class. True story. Yeah, it just goes to show you can do just nothing wrong. And then all of a sudden, some jackass can come speeding in and fuck it all up. That being said, like I said earlier about it not being the cancer thing, not being an open invitation to start drinking and smoking freely like nothing matters. Yeah, it's still important to figure it out, to take preventative steps to prevent something bad from happening. I'm not saying that you need to go out and have kids just for the sake of having someone to take care of you when you're older. But what I'm trying to say is it's not really a guarantee. It just increases your odds over time. Having kids so that they're able to take care of you when you're older, even if they're not by your bedside day by day or doing other things for you. Yeah, you might still have like a hospice nurse or something if you develop a terminal illness. But like Tim Pool says, you're more likely to you'll have people there for you in the end instead of just being stuck there with Price is Right reruns playing on the TV. Again, this is not me arguing that you particularly should go out and have kids just for that. I mean, I'm I'm still in the camp of I am not going to have kids under any circumstances because I do not want the responsibility and the liabilities, and I accept the consequences of that. I accept that I could end up in the situation where I am dying alone. I accept the consequences of that. I'll do another video about choice and consequence. So getting back to this video's topic, yes, you can still do everything right and still lose. To recap, You can have perfect health habits and still get cancer somehow. You can have kids so that you have someone to take care of you when you're older. But there's still the possibility that either you'll end up outliving them somehow, or they just won't be willing to do so for whatever reason, by no fault of your own. Literally, you can do everything right and still lose. It is what it is, but that doesn't mean you stop taking the necessary steps to be in a better place than you were yesterday. That's why I switched from pasta to protein pasta so that I can eat healthier. I can make better choices without completely pivoting my diet or anything like that. You can still take steps to improve your odds of a better outcome, but you can still do everything right and then lose, or just nothing wrong, like the girl from the drunk driving video that made me faint in wellness class. So I think I'm going to leave it here for the video. You let me know in the comments down below other ways that you can do everything right in life and then still lose. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Give this video a like, subscribe for daily videos. I'll see you soon.